This is already today the first item on RTE News bulletins in terms of the protests which are taking place across the country. We need to keep this as the #1 item on the news in the coming weeks ahead, to give people the confidence and show them the strength of the campaign. Now, we've also seen in the last couple of weeks a number of important announcements. The Civil Trade Union, the largest trade union in the country, has come out and called for the suspension of this tax. They were followed by the TWU, the Electrical and Plumbers Union, calling on, again, the tax to be scrapped. But more importantly, only yesterday evening, the Unite Trade Union has come out in opposition to the tax. But more than that, they wish to affiliate to the campaign. They are calling on people right up and down the country not to register and not to pay. They are saying they're going to support their members and others who take that decision, come what may, in terms of the government's attempts to intimidate people. Now, those three announcements, but particularly the announcement of the Unite Trade Union, is extremely significant, because those announcements more than likely would not have happened had it not been for the setting up and the activity organised by the campaign against household water and septic tank taxes.
So anyway, thanks everybody for showing up. I'm preaching to the converted here, I think, but you know, my main reason for being here is I believe the government has lost the moral authority to collect any more tax from the Irish people, to funnel it into the banking debts of international financial gamblers. It's an outrage. There's an economic war being waged against past and present. At best is passive in the face of it, and at worst is actually acting as a local regional office for the European Central Bank. Our country is being destroyed to pay for the financial gambling debts that we did not create. It's an absolute outrage, people. And I'm delighted to see people finally standing up, the Irish people finally standing up and saying enough is enough. We're not going to be bullied anymore. We're not asking for fair treatment. We're going to take it. If we've 1 million people don't sign up to this tax, it's the end of it, people. So great to see so many people out, and please God this campaign will be successful. All the best. Bye-bye.
Okay, our next speaker is Joe Higgins, TD.
Okay, well look, I want to give a brief report of how this campaign is going right around the country. Now, in the last 4 weeks, I have spoken at 11 to 12 public meetings of the campaign. All but one were outside of Dublin, ranging from Ennis right across to Waterford and back up to Wicklow. We reckon that in the last 4 weeks, just under 15,000 people have attended those public meetings around the country. And that's not inflating the figures. We took fairly strict accounts from each meeting. That would be from a few thousand in Donegal, where the campaign is particularly strong, right down to Wexford and all over the country. At the meetings that I spoke at myself, we had an excellent meeting here, which many people here would have been at, of 200. There was 600 to 700 in Waterford 2 weeks ago, 450 in Cork, and several meetings then in towns like Carlow and Kilkenny, ranging from 200 to 400. So there is a growing momentum of the ordinary, decent people of this country behind this campaign. And as John just indicated, in some ways that's not surprising, because of the two critical platforms on which this campaign stands. Number one, it represents the beginning of a new tier of taxation that will quickly grow to 1,000 and 1,300, which people simply cannot bear any more burdens like that. And secondly, it is a further installment of the disastrous austerity policies of bailing out bankers and bondholders by attacking the living standards of our people, wrecking our public services like health. And that is a fact. This is another installment of that austerity policy. People see the link right around the country, and this is the first time, as we know, that we have an opportunity to say no. Everything else, as we know, was taken from our pockets.